Hey there, this is Amelia here. Welcome to Amelia's crossdressing story. Today we are going to share a story called Trip to Paris Part 19. By Teddy. For more interesting and exclusive stories, please subscribe to my channel and support me at Patreon. Jason sat at the small dressing table, which was surrounded on three sides by mirrors, and slipped on the wig cap. Ronnie helped him carefully put on the first wig, a long curly, blonde one. Then the second, another long one, but with straight black hair. The black wig brought out something and looked impressive on him. Ronnie had him turn around so that she could look at it. She fussed with it for a second and said, "This works." Just then the clerk walked up to check on them and said, "Très mignon. Very cute." Ronnie smiled at her and said, "Oui. C'est lui, n'est pas elle." Yes. It is him, isn't it? Jason's French was good enough to know what the exchange between the two girls was, and smiled to himself. Next was some jewelry. Most of the earrings the shop had were for pierced ears, and Ronnie said, "Girlfriend, we've got to get your ears pierced." Jason just looked at her and frowned. They finally did find a nice pair of dangly clip-on earrings, a couple of undergarment slits, a few rings, and a necklace. They had found enough clothes to allow Jamie to go out, and it had only taken a couple of hours. And, as they were checking out, the clerk smiled at Jason and said in perfect English, "Have fun being a girl." "Oh, he does," Ronnie replied with a grin. "You speak English," Jason said. "Yes. I heard you two speaking English. It's my second language. I worked in England for a while, so I learned it there. Have fun at your party." "We will." On the way home, Jason said, "How about makeup and appearance? Did you see the makeup case that I brought with me?" "Yeah. Well, there's enough makeup in there to make you look very striking." "Your appearance? We'll figure something out. You may not be showing cleavage, but you'll have a pair." That evening, after dinner, Ronnie had Jason try everything on. And Jamie was back. They used some nylons in his undergarments. It looked alright, and the blouses covered the undergarments in such a way that you couldn't tell they weren't real. Ronnie helped Jason put on the wig, and it did bring out something in Jamie, something dark and striking. Ronnie styled it a little, stood back, smiled, and said, "Girlfriend, you look fantastic. I don't know if I'm going to let you go out looking like this, or just keep you to myself." "I'm all yours," Jamie said with a grin. "Let me do your makeup, and see what we can do for a look." A little while later, Ronnie had given Jamie a new look. Almost a goth look. She darkened his eyebrows, used dark eye makeup, and dark lipstick. She looked closely at Jamie, and had an idea. As she walked towards the bedroom door, she said, "I'll be right back." And, no fair looking. She was gone for a few minutes, and Jamie had trouble not looking. When Ronnie finally came back, she was carrying 3 black boxes. The first box contained a black satin choker-style necklace with a cameo on it. She carefully placed the choker around Jamie's neck and tied it. The other box contained a pair of very fancy long earrings made of fine gold wire in a fancy design wrapped around a large black stone. And they were clip-ons. She removed the earrings that they had purchased from Jamie's ears and replaced them with the ones that she had carried in, with the comment, "Girlfriend, you're getting your ears pierced when we get back to the States. It's time you become fashionable." "Can I look yet?" Jamie asked. "Yes." Jamie turned and looked in the mirror. And just stared. "Something wrong?" Ronnie asked. "Yeah. This is too striking for me." "Striking, yes, but I love this look on you. Almost goth, but not. The black wig and dark makeup contrast against your pale skin and look just fantastic. But it will draw attention." "So?" "But it might be the wrong kind of attention." "What kind?" "Guys." Jamie handed Ronnie another box and said, "Wear this next to your wedding band just like you do at home." Jamie opened the box, and there was an engagement-style ring in it. She slipped it on next to her male wedding band, looked at it, and said, "I guess it should work." You know it will. You'll get looked at, lusted over, but you shouldn't get hit on, especially if we pretend to be lovers. Pretend? Well, girl and girl lovers. Gee, Jamie said with a grin, I thought we were L lovers. Now who's being bad? Jason spent the rest of the evening as Jamie, and could tell that Ronnie had really come out of her depression. Being able to interact with Jamie was helping her. And Jamie was also feeling good. Something just felt right. Toward the end of the evening, Ronnie became very amorous. This hadn't happened since she had learned how sick her grandfather was. On Friday, the girls were in Paris. This was the first time that Jamie had ever traveled, and was a little nervous getting on the plane, but by the time they landed at Orly she was her old self. Ronnie had made hotel reservations for them, and a quick cab ride had them at the hotel. After they had settled in, they had a few hours for shopping before the clubs that she wanted to visit opened. It was a short walk to a very nice shopping area, with lots of small shops catering to discriminating shoppers. Ronnie and Jamie were in and out of most of them, not buying, but just looking and having fun like two girlfriends would. But they both saw a number of things that would look really nice on either of them. One shop was just too much for Ronnie. They had a number of cute, short, pleated skirts, and she found one that she just fell in love with. And she said to Jamie, I've always wanted to get you a skirt like this. They're so cute. And it wasn't long before they were walking out of the store with a package. Just down the street, Jamie stopped and looked at a display in a shop window. Ronnie looked over her shoulder and said, Stunning, aren't they lovers? Very stunning. But they look uncomfortable. You get used to them after a while. Come on, let's go in. They walked into the shop, and the proprietress, who was helping a customer, said, I'll be with you shortly. Ronnie said, Thank you. We're just looking. That will be fine. Jamie couldn't take her eyes off of the customer that the proprietress was helping. She appeared to be in her early 30s, very nice looking, and except for the corset she was being fitted for. Ronnie whispered, Stop staring. Sorry. But I can't believe how narrow her waist is. I know. Some of these girls go overboard with their corsets. Have you ever worn one? Yes. Mir let me wear one of hers a few times. Neither of you need them. You both have great figures. Thanks. But they can give you that hourglass figure like that woman has. The girls continued to look around the shop, and Jamie couldn't believe how pretty some of the corsets were. And how severe some looked. Some were done in satin, some in a very fancy brocade, and a couple in leather. Ronnie asked, Want one? Jamie just looked at her with a little smile. Then it was off to a cafe for a light dinner, before heading back to the hotel to get ready for the evening. As Ronnie was getting dressed and putting on her makeup, Jamie took a shower. When Jamie got out of the shower, she saw clothes laid out on the bed, and said, You want me to wear that short skirt? With the dark red silk blouse, black nylons, and the boots, it will look sharp. It's too short. Not for your stunning legs. Lover. But I won't be able to sit down without showing everything. Sure you can, just be careful and keep your knees together. After Jamie had put on her undergarments, thong, pantyhose, and wig, Ronnie went to work on her makeup. When she was done, Jamie looked stunning than she had ever before, and she said, I don't know about this. I'm really afraid of going out looking like this. Don't worry, sweetheart. Lots of people will be looking, but that's all they'll do. How can you be sure? Trust me. As the girls walked through the hotel lobby, Jamie felt like all eyes were on them, and they were. The doorman hailed them a cab and wished them a nice evening. Jamie tipped him and said, Merci. The cab took the girls to the part of Paris. And they walked the street, looking at the various clubs and being looked at. Jamie was still nervous about being hit on, and Ronnie whispered, Stop looking around so much. Someone will think you're looking to be picked up. Or, are you looking to get picked up? Not me, sweetheart. As they walked, Ronnie saw the mark on the front of the Utopia Club and said, Let's get a drink and see what's going on inside. Sure. They walked into the club. It was early and wasn't very crowded. They found a small table against the wall and sat close to each other so they could watch and talk over the music. Jamie looked around, became a little confused, and whispered, "Am I only seeing girls?" Ronnie smiled at her and said, "The Utopia is a L club. So, yes, girls only. Did you know?" Sure. Everyone knows about Lutopia. I didn't. You do now, love. The girls ordered drinks, sat, people watched, and enjoyed the music. Suddenly Ronnie reached over, pulled Jamie to her, and gave her a very deep, long, passionate kiss. When they broke the kiss, Jamie whispered, "Not that I'm complaining." "But, what was that for?" Ronnie held her face and said, "Because I love you, and we were being checked out by a few people." Trying to move her head, Jamie said, "Checked out? Don't look. But there's been a couple of girls looking over here with more than just idle interest. One has really been staring at us. So, I figured that I'd show them we were a couple." They ordered a second round of drinks and danced a slow dance, with Ronnie leading. After they got back to their table, another couple walked up, and one of them said, "Hi. My name's Tony, and this is Margot. Can we join you?" Ronnie said, "Sure." Tony and Margot pulled up chairs, sat, and Tony continued, "You're new here, aren't you?" "Yes. It's our first time. I was wondering about you too. I thought you were just tourists checking out the girls. But that kiss was a lover's kiss. We're tourists in a way. We're from Brest, just spending a couple days in Paris. I see you're both wearing wedding rings. Are you two really married?" "Not to each other." "So, you have husbands?" "Yes. We're on a girls' getaway." "Don't blame you. So, you two are a couple when the roosters are away?" "Have been since our early teens. But, we both also like guys. I don't know how you can. But, everyone is on their own. Either of you ever have another girlfriend?" "No. We're committed, at least as much as we can be, to each other." "That is a shame. I bet I could show you things that you couldn't even dream of." Ronnie felt Jamie's hand grip her knee. And, Ronnie said, "What about Margot? Isn't she your lover?" "Yes. But, she loves to watch. We're too committed to each other." As Tony and Margot got up, Tony said, "If you change your mind, either of you, we're here almost every Friday and Saturday night." And, they walked away. "That was interesting," Ronnie said. "No, it wasn't," Jamie replied. "Worried?" She was just too forward. Lover. There are a lot of people like that. They see something they want and try to take it. You're mine. No one can have you. I think she really wanted you. Or, maybe both of us. Someone like her doesn't even interest me. I know. Let's get out of here." "Sure. In fact, I saw something in the entertainment flyer at the hotel that might be fun." "What?" "There's a show that's supposed to be very good. Interested?" "Sure. Why not?" They left the Lutopia, grabbed a cab, and it wasn't long until they were standing in line to get into another club. Luckily, it wasn't a long line, and they were inside in about 10 minutes. Again, they were lucky enough to find a table, ordered a couple of drinks, and waited for the show to start. That's all for now. See you in the next video. For more interesting stories, please subscribe to our channel, and for exclusive content, please join us on Patreon. Link in the comment.